It's your favorite Sweetertingz. It's your girl K.
And it's your girl J. And today we're going to be doing an everyday affordable makeup routine.
Unfortunately, because of this pandemic, me and Jay had to be separated. We still, of course, wanted to come out with some content for you guys.
As you can see, my partner in crime, Kay, is not here. But due to the quarantine and everything that's been going on, this is how it's supposed to be for now. So we're going to be doing our everyday affordable makeup routines in our own houses. If you want to see us get slayed,
then just keep watching. Eyebrows are all done. I also forgot to mention that I carved them too. So I just used this concealer, which is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear Concealer. And I'm in the shade 350 Fawn. And I just use that to carve under my eyebrows to like kind of clean them up. And then I just use this random brush. Yeah, so now the next step that I do is foundation. So I'm going to be using the Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. And I'm in the shade NC25. I literally love this foundation. This is like my third or fourth bottle. I just keep repurchasing it because it's such like a nice finish. Like it's not too matte nor too like dewy. So I'm just going to pour it on my hand first. And then I just dot it all over my face. And then to blend it, I'm going to be using a Real Techniques brush. It's just a foundation brush. I really like it. Ooh. I used to really be into using like beauty blenders, but I just feel like this gives more of like a full coverage look. I might look a bit crazy now, like compared to my neck, but don't worry. This foundation isn't like too dark. Yeah, I literally just used one layer and it looks so nice. I literally love it. Okay, so now that my foundation is completed, it's time for concealer. So I'm just using the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Concealer in the shade Fawn. So I really like when my under eyes are like bright. So that's why I like to use like a nice light color. When you use like a light concealer like this, it just makes you look very awake. And I also noticed like a little tip, when you put it like here, I don't know what this is called. But when you put it there, it really awakens your eyes. Cupid's bow and then my forehead. Honestly, I don't know why I do this or if it makes a difference, but that's how I've been doing it because I don't know, when I watch videos and stuff, I see people do that and I've just been doing it ever since I've been wearing concealer. I do see a difference once I put it down the bridge of my nose level and my chin. I also use the brush to blend out my concealer too. Because like I said with the foundation, it just gives a more full coverage look. Also, I'm not looking into the camera, so sorry if I'm making some weird faces. I can't tell. I feel like when I do my makeup, I just make really ugly faces. But it's all good. Now it's all blended and you can already tell that it's nice and bright. It just adds some, what's the word, like dimension to the face. Next step, we're going to be doing a darker concealer to contour. I'm going to be contouring my face using like a cream concealer. So this is in the shade Cocoa. It's by Fit Me. It's a concealer and I use this to contour. I just like this because it's like a base before I put my powder bronzer. I just feel like it makes it stand out more. I'm putting it on my cheekbones, on my forehead, and then a bit on my jawline. Just again to create some definition and just really blend that well. It's honestly, it looks really like dark for me when you first look at it, but once you like blend it, trust me, it looks good because it's so nice and creamy. It like melts nicely.
Like it just creates
like a nice, you know? And I'm not blessed with like having like perfectly defined like cheekbones. I feel like I have more like chubby cheeks, like and I just do it on my forehead to make my forehead a little bit smaller. Sometimes I also put it like under my lip, but usually I do that with powder because it just makes your bottom lip look a little bit bigger. Okay, so the setting powder I'm going to be using is the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade Light. I literally love this stuff. It just makes your skin look so nice and smooth, and it's literally so affordable, literally less than $10 at most. I'm going to be doing the baking method. So I'm just going to be putting it underneath my contour just to clean it up, and then I'm going to be putting it down the bridge of my nose where I put the concealer earlier.
also under my eyes.
I just kind of make it look like that, and then I also just put it on my forehead. And this part I'm not going to wipe off. I'm kind of just like letting it melt into my skin, but this part I'm going to wipe off. So while this is still baking on my face, I'm going to move on to my eyes. So I'm just going to be curling my eyelashes. And I'm using this eyelash curler from Shu Uemura. You can get it from Sephora, but honestly, any lash curler will work. It doesn't even have to be super curly because I'm putting falsies on top. And then the mascara I'm using, Lash Sensational by Maybelline. This one's waterproof. I just feel like waterproof is better. But I'm just gonna put a like one coat. This is just to help kind of like stick your natural lashes with the falsies, because my natural lashes, for example, go downwards. So if I weren't to do this, you'd be able to see my real lashes compared to the falsies. So this just kind of makes it blend. Then I'm also going to be doing brown liner on the top of my, like this line. What is it, the waterline? Like up there. So I'm gonna do that off camera. I forgot to mention which one I'm using though. I'm just using any brown liner, literally from the drugstore. I don't exactly know what brand this one is, but any will do. I personally like brown better than black. I just feel like black liner makes me look really dark, but brown is a little bit nicer. So yeah, I'm gonna be using brown and just lining the top. I literally forgot a step. So after I do like my baking, I always do bronzer. I don't know how I forgot that, but I'm just using the Wet n Wild bronzer in the color Sunset Striptease. I'm just gonna be doing it basically in all the areas where I put the cream contour. And I do like matte bronzers. I just feel like they look better on me personally. And then I'm also gonna do it on the sides of my nose. I don't really know how to contour my nose, but I do notice when I do this, it kind of makes my nose look a little bit slimmer. And then I also put it on my eyelids because it just adds a nice touch. And then like I mentioned, sometimes I put it right here just to kind of make my bottom lip look a little bit more plump. It was super affordable. I think it was like $5 or $6. I got it from Walmart, the Wet n Wild one. Okay, so now is the fun part. One of my favorite parts is the lashes. So I honestly, I'm sorry, I don't know what lashes these are because I don't have the package, but I just got these from the beauty supply. And then I'm just gonna be using this lash glue, the La Flare lash glue. I really like using clear lash glue. I know some people like using black, but I make a lot of mistakes when I put my eyelashes, and with the black one, like the glue dries black, so you can see when you made a mistake. So I'm just gonna be applying this to my eyelashes, on the band of my eyelashes, letting it sit for like 15 seconds and then apply it, but I'm gonna do that off camera. Okay, so I just applied my eyelashes off camera, and honestly, I feel like a new woman. I literally love lashes so much. They're literally like $3. They're so freaking nice. You don't even have to spend a lot to get like nice lashes, and these last me like a pretty long time. Like I obviously wear them more than once. You just have to make sure that like you're cleaning the band after, and then obviously once the band kind of gets like gross from the glue and stuff, then you can throw them out and get a new pair. But like these I could wear a couple times. Now I'm just gonna be brushing off the powder using this brush, which is also an e.l.f. brush. It's actually a blush brush, but I'm using it to take the powder off because it does the trick. If you were to see this in person, it just looks so nice and smooth. So that's why I literally love this. The highlight that I'm going to be using is the Master Chrome Maybelline highlighter in the shade Molten Gold. I literally love this highlighter so much. I've tried, like, I have a MAC highlighter, and I've tried like what's the one that's popular? The Becca highlighter and stuff. And honestly, those are nice. I also tried like a ColourPop one, but this one is a literally drugstore, and I prefer it over all the other ones. Like, it just is so nice, and it has like a golden undertone, which I love. I sometimes like to put a bit under my eyebrows, and then I'm gonna put it on the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, and like Cupid's though. It literally just looks so nice and glowy, and I'm obsessed with this glowy look. And then I'm just gonna be setting my eyebrows with the CoverGirl Easy Breezy clear brow gel. Literally, I feel like all brow gels work the same. Like, I know Sephora has brow gels. I just don't really see the point in spending like $30 on a brow gel. Setting my face. Honestly, I haven't used this setting spray in a really long time. I just use setting spray to like refresh my face after. I don't really know if it makes a difference or if it really sets my face. But I'm just going to be, for today, I'm just going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Natural Finish setting spray. Like, I just love the way it makes you feel so like, I don't know. It just feels really nice. And like, honestly, I think my makeup is all done. I'm just gonna have my hair done now. This is the finished makeup look. It's honestly super easy, super affordable. I hope you guys enjoy. As
you guys can tell, I've already done my eyebrows. I filled them in with a pencil by CoverGirl.
Okay.
And after I do that, I use a concealer brush that looks like this. And I use the concealer LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Bisque. And I just go underneath my eyebrows and above my eyebrows. Okay guys, so after my brows, I go in with my foundation, which is the Fit Me foundation in the shade 220. And I use a foundation brush to blend it all out. Look a little scary right now. So after my foundation, I go in again with my LA Pro Girl Conceal. I have two shades that I mix just because one is too light, or if you want it a little more highlighting, then you can go for the lighter one, or you can mix them so it looks a bit more natural. And for today's video, I'm gonna do mixing because, as I said, I'm gonna go in with both shades. So I have my other shade in Creamy Beige, and I'm gonna start with that to squeeze tube so it's a bit easier to apply. You don't want to put too much because you're using two shades, so you might end up packing on the concealer. And now I'm going in with the lighter shade. I also highlight the center of my nose, just a little bit, my chin, and in between my eyebrows, bit of your forehead, just like that. And now we're gonna blend this in with the Beauty Blender. And for this step, you want to take like a good amount of time just because you don't want streaks on your skin. So that's how it looks like a bit up close. And since this is like everyday makeup, you want to stick to shades that are a little bit closer to your skin tone, not too highlighting, like too light. Once again, I don't put too much on my forehead just because I don't like it looking too cakey. I kind of want it to look like my own skin, if that makes any sense. Your main goal with concealer is to brighten up any areas that look dull. And with this concealer, a little goes a long way. Like, that's why I really like it. Very inexpensive. You could get it at your local beauty supply, BSW. Now that that's a bit more blended out, we're gonna go in with a little bit of eyeshadow. But for me, I like to use neutral colors, so I use my bronzer. I just use a smaller brush. And then I go in with my bronzer, which is the Sunkissed MAC bronzer. And I literally just put that over my lid. Just gives you that more like glam effect. You can't go wrong with it because it just completes your look. Okay, after that, I sort of curl my eyelashes a bit. And you can get this literally anywhere, the drugstore, Shoppers, Sephora. Okay, since my face is completely blended out, I'm gonna go in with my favorite loose powder, Laura Mercier. Looks like that. Translucent powder from Sephora.
And I also like to do it on the side of my nose, tip of my nose, and the bridge, in between my eyebrows, anywhere basically where you can feel it. And this just helps with minimizing shine and also setting your makeup. So it just looks really good in the end after you brush it off. And I also do it underneath my bronzer.
And I'm not a makeup artist, so please don't come for me in the comments. Yes, I look crazy, I know, but
It is what it is. It is what it is.
So while I wait for this to bake, I'm gonna get my bronzer. The same bronzer I use for my eyeshadow. While my face is baking, I'm gonna use a bronzer brush. Looks like this. And start from your cheekbone down. And you basically
Just sweep up.
into your hairline because you don't want just random patches that don't have bronzer, so you just sweep it into your hairline. And I like to sweep up into my hairline just because this is basically where the sun hits you, so that's like technically from your forehead, sides of here, down. Same with the around your nose, you also do that. I just like to do it while my face is baking, so when I wipe off the powder, it makes it look less harsh. So that's what it looks like. And I'm gonna wait like 2 minutes and then sweep it off with a brush.
To my eyebrows. And right here. And then under my eyes a lot. Okay. And so my cheekbone.
When that's done, I go in with my mascara, which is the Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift, like this. And I just prep my eyelashes. It actually helps keep your lashes in place, and the glue sticks better when you have mascara on. That's what I find. Sorry for blocking my face. Hold them about 2 to 3 times. And I use 2 different mascaras. So my second one is the L'Oreal Telescopic, and it's waterproof, which most people don't like. I'm going to prep my eyelashes. Beauty Supply eyelashes, my favorite type of eyelashes to use. Very inexpensive. These are the ones that I use. And literally go to the beauty supply, spend $7 on something that looks exactly the same as what you would get in Sephora. But since I'm doing an everyday look, I'm gonna go for like a pair of lashes that are less dramatic. So this pair is like very natural looking, and they just look like that. I'm gonna put my favorite lash glue on, which is the Duo lash glue. Very inexpensive, close to like $10 if you get the bigger ones. And so I just put my lash glue on like this. This should be good enough. I just put like a really thin layer on it, and then I just apply it like that. First I drop it on the middle of my eyelashes, and then I use my hand to place it on. This is a skill. It took me so long to be able to put my lashes on properly. Before it dries, you gotta like get it in place, otherwise you gotta start all over again, and that's not fun. Then I'm gonna go in with my other one, same procedure. This takes a lot of concentration, so be patient while you're doing this. I've been doing this for so long and I still struggle sometimes. During quarantine, I want to know, comment down below how you guys have been dealing with this, how you feel about it. And yeah, I'm really bored. Karina's bored.
She's waiting for me just across the bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar, and I know I gave it to you months ago.
We can't even see each other. We're doing our makeup routines alone in our own houses because we're practicing social distancing, which you guys should be doing too. This needs to stop. People need to stop going out, having fun, having parties, meeting up with their friends.
Whatsoever. I have nothing to do with such idiocy, such blasphemy, such ridiculous nonsense.
So now that my lashes have completely dried, that's what they look like up close and personal. When that's done, I like to go in with one of my favorite drugstore highlighters, and this is the Maybelline Master Chrome shade Rose Gold. I love this stuff. To me, it's like a dupe of the Becca, what is it?
Do you know?
One of the Becca highlighters, like, and I do that on both sides. And with the remainder, I just kind of like brush on the sides, temples of my forehead. I go in above my lips. Sounds, I use my finger to do the tip of my nose and the bridge. That's what it looks like up close. I like to go in with my Annabelle Waterline eyeliner, and it's like a nude eyeliner, and I like to use it on my bottom waterline. Not gonna lie, this stuff makes you tear. Tilt my head down and look up so that it kind of helps me apply it better and I won't blink as much, because if you're applying it just like this, it's kind of hard to do it. So I look down and I look up. When that's done, I like to go in with my telescopic mascara, one coat on both bottom lashes. I make this weird face when I do my bottom lashes because I don't want to get it in my eye, so I kind of squint. If that, like, it's not cute. And I had chapstick while I was doing my makeup, just so that they're moisturizing while I'm doing my makeup and they don't look all cracky and disgusting when you apply like lip liner and stuff. So just because this is an everyday look, I'm not doing anything extravagant. I'm gonna use a lip liner by Maybelline. It's in 102 Beige Babe. It looks like that. So super cute and natural. I kind of smile, make this weird face, line your actual lip shape. We're not overlining for everyday makeup. And I don't fill in the middle, just kind of like dab it around. The last step to my routine is I'm going to use this Milani Make It Last setting spray 16-hour wear. It's just so refreshing, so kind of overdo it, but it actually helps set your makeup and keeps it in place for literally all day. So that concludes my makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it, learned a little bit, entertained you a little bit during this quarantine.
If you enjoyed our everyday affordable makeup looks, make sure to comment down what you thought about the video and what other videos you want to see, of course. Also, make sure to share to your friends and family.
Don't forget to smash that like button. Please, any of the support we can get will help us, and we appreciate all of you.
Sweetertingz out. Sweetertingz out.